Now let's talk about the definition of a language and communication. It is easy because language is the structured system of symbols, signs, or gestures and words that convey a meaning, facilitate understanding between individuals. On the other hand, communication is the process of this kind of language. I mean, the exchanging information, ideas, or feelings between individuals or groups using verbal or nonverbal or written methods. Let's talk about the role of context in language and communication. The first one is linguistic context, that is about refers to the surrounding words, phrases, or sentences that influence interpretation of a particular word or expression. The second one is cultural context, that encompasses the shared values, beliefs, or norms of a community that affect how language is used and understood. The third one is situational context that includes the physical setting, participants, and purpose of communication, which dictate the choice of language and the tone. And the last one is the social context that involves the relationship between the community.
So now let's start talking about the importance of language communication. It is essential because it helps us express our thoughts, feelings, emotions, culture, and ideas clearly. Also, it shapes how we think and understand the world. And language is also vital for building social relationships, sharing knowledge, and preserving cultures. And according to experts, humans have a unique ability to use language, creating endless ways to communicate. And this makes language important in education, science, and connecting people uh, from different cultures. Overall, language is key to personal interaction, advancing societies, and promoting global understanding.
Now I'm going to explain about the types of communication. Communication is an important part of our daily lives, and there are five main types: verbal, nonverbal, listening, writing, and visual. The first verbal communication is about speaking and writing to share ideas clearly with tone adding emotion. The next nonverbal communication includes body language, gestures, and facial expressions, which can show feeling even without words. Another is listening. It means paying attention to understand others better and avoid mistakes. But writing communication, like emails or text, helps share ideas when we are not face to face, but it means clear words to express emotions. Lastly, visual communication use pictures, videos, or graphs to make ideas easier to understand. And learning these types of communication helps us connect and understand each other better.
About the six main functions of language. Based on Roman Jacobs' model, these functions explain how we use language to communicate in different ways. The first one, the referential function, is when we share a fact or information about the world, like saying the sky is blue. The emotive function is all we express by feelings, like, for example, I'm so happy today. Shows your emotion clearly. After that, we have the conative function, which focuses on influencing others, like a command or a request, like close the door, please. After that, we have the phatic function that used to keep conversations going, like hello or can you hear me? This helps to maintain a connection. Last but not least, we have the metalinguistic and the poetic function. The metalinguistic function is one that we use to talk about language itself. For instance, asking what does this word mean helps clarify communication. And the poetic function is focuses on how language sounds or feels. You'll see that normally on poems or creative writing like Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. So after this, language is more than just words. It's how we share, connect, and express ourselves. So I hope you enjoy my explanation.
So now let's dive into barriers of language communication. As we know, effective communication is essential, but various barriers can distort meaning and hinder understanding. Linguistic challenges like limited vocabulary, complex grammar, or regional accents often lead to misinterpretations, especially in multilingual settings. Cultural difference add to the complexity. Because high context cultures rely on implicit communication, while low context culture prefer direct exchanges, which can result in misunderstandings. Psychological barriers such as fear of making mistakes, anxiety, or stereotypes also prevent people from expressing themselves openly. So, to overcome these obstacles, we need strategic solutions. Simplifying language, providing feedback, and fostering supportive environments can improve clarity. By addressing these barriers, we can create meaningful and effective communication.
Hi everyone, today let's talk about machine translation tools like Google Translate that help us understand and communicate in different languages. Machine translation use artificial intelligence to analyze text and convert it into another language. It is fast and super useful when you need quick translations. For example, imagine you're traveling and you need to translate a menu or ask for directions. Just type or speak into the app and it gives you an answer instantly. But it's not perfect. Sometimes idioms or jokes don't translate well, and the result can sound a bit funny or robotic. Even with its challenges, machine translation is an amazing tool that makes the world feel smaller and more connected. Just remember, for important work like legal papers or creative writing, a human translator is still your best bet. Machine translation breaking language barriers.